Alrighty. Howdy neighbors, and welcome back to Dark Nights. Last time we found out that Corrado is a bunny. And that's the only thing that happened. Only thing. Oh yeah, we're back in the school because some guy's like plotting to murder somebody, I don't know. I keep walking, checking the classrooms for signs of other people. This place is the same school I attend, but the scenery at night is so different from what I'm used to. Even after 15 minutes, I still have not found anyone. I hear my own footsteps, almost as if I'm the only person around. I'm not someone who gets easily scared, but this is making me uneasy. It feels like I could be jumped at any second. If there were night classes, shouldn't somebody be around? It's so creepy being here alone. I've checked everything on the first floor, but Shane is not here. Perhaps he went upstairs. Up the stairs, I hear a voice. It sounds like someone is sobbing. I look very up, my legs freeze when I reach the last step. Then I hear from a strange figure hunched over in the far corner from the landing, with their back to me. Look behind you, it's coming for you. I see scribbles on the walls next to it. The largest message makes me more terrified. Look behind you, it's coming for you. Bitch, what the fuck? Ew! And that's behind me to freeze in horror as I take in a headless body creeping up the stairs. Ghastly extremities are pale and bruised, with chunks of broken bone jutting out from its severed neck. Blood drains from my face. Not another ghost, I need to escape. I glanced back at the person and noticed that the message disappeared. I pricked myself in the arm to wake myself up, but it doesn't work. It's not a dream. Caught up between the sound of nails scratching on the floor behind me and whispers of strange things in front of me. Oh, fuck. Go up. I said go up and continue to the second floor. Ghost or whatever it is did warn me about the other one. I stare at the person as I get closer. I dash past the sobbing specter, averting my gaze. So out of my sight, I make it to a safe spot. I grab my chest. That was one of the most nerve-wracking decisions I've ever made. We're still together, continue to search for Shane. If there's one thing I'm scared of, it's ghosts. They're not harmful, but they put a certain strain on someone's mind. They have never bothered me until now. As I turn off this hall, I see someone approaching me from a distance. Judging by the dark clothing, I thought it was Shane, but then I hear the sound of metal dragging over the floor. When the person moves into the light in the window, I realize it's the Shinigami from before. Black smoke rises from each step he takes. As he gets closer, he raises his scythe and menacingly drags the tip along the wall. His sinister appearance in combination with the sharp sounds frightens me. So they turn around and sprint in the opposite direction. I quickly turn around and sprint in the opposite direction. That's behind me to see if he is after me. But before long, his figure is engulfed by the shadows in the hallway. That should not be an achievement! Bitch, no! I hate every bit of this. I guess he isn't after me then. But I still don't know what he's doing here. Corrado ditched me to chase the Shinigami down. But he's not too far behind. I'll wait here for him. I head to a classroom, out of the Shinigami's sight. I try not to move around at all. Perhaps Shane will cross this area at some point. Suddenly I hear the door of the classroom sliding open. I manage to hide under a table just in time. As I back facing the door, I can only hear them enter. But the darkness is enough to hide me. The person walking carefully around, as if they're searching for something. My heart is pounding faster as the footsteps get closer. They stop right behind me, and I hold my breath, praying that they do not find me. I wait nervously for the person to move again, but the room remains dead silent. I wonder if they've left when the table is thrown away from me, thudding loudly against the nearby chairs before crashing against the ground, leaving me exposed. And I feel someone touch my shoulder. Scared to scramble away from them. I have my eyes closed in panic, but a familiar voice whispers to me. It's Blaze! I see a shadow moving in front of me, reaching out his hand. Take his hand and he helps pull me to my feet. What are you doing here? Saving you. Hi, Blaze! What? Let's get out of here. He turned around and adjusted for me to come along. This makes the puzzling more confusing. Why did he come for me, and not the guy he's after? How did you know I was here? Seriously expect you to believe that you came to the school in the middle of the night just to rescue me. Blaze. He just walk in silence. Snake doesn't hear my questions. In defiance, I stop to say a place. His over shoulder raises an eyebrow. I tried to go with you. Before you told me I'd be trouble if I got involved with you. And I didn't like a good eye in saving me. You can think what you want, but seriously, come with me. Such a handful. I'm just taking you to the exit. Looks over to me. His dark expression is not reassuring at all. I get away from him, but Blaze grabs my hand and forcefully pulls me along. But hey! I complain, but he doesn't let go. It's like being kidnapped rather than saved. Many thoughts cross my head. I think it's for sure I cannot trust him. Struggling his grip, my nails snag on his arm. But the bandages become loose. Blaze slows down his pace and glances at me. What are you doing? I don't know why, but you seem like you really want to stay. He decides to adjust my hand. Do as you please. He gets the bandages around his arm and looks annoyed. I take the chance to escape before he changes his mind. I'm in the opposite direction of where he's heading to. Next hallway, someone is standing under a light. It's Shinigami from before. I'm hyped, but the Shinigami has noticed me already. We meet again! Do I know you? Hey, your home was this way. Do you really plan on staying? Oh, you really plan on staying, don't you? I was running down my spine when I hear Blaze's voice behind me. I got caught up between two scary, suspicious people. No. It's Blaze and Jace. Oh, you're here too. Awesome, what a coincidence running into you, Blaze. You had the trouble of searching the whole night. I wouldn't be here if you had actual tracking skills, Keiichi. That name. Yeah, we met in the library. Foiled a mugging, you fell on top of me, and you're not ringing a bell. I guess I'm a little taller right now than you're used to, huh? Oh, did I mention that I'm a Shinigami? What are you doing at school? I was tracking a zombie these past few days. And I thought they were in this building. Zombies? What's going on here? Walking corpses that imitate the living. Blaze, you can't be. She glanced over at Blaze with a suspicious look. Blaze, you can't be dead. Got the wrong idea. And it's the serial killer. No, zombie slayer. I don't know if you humans have a name for my species. I'm the guardian of Hell's Gate. What the fuck is going on in this game? I'm so confused! And this is just round one. What the fuck? Oh my god, this is too much. Too much for me. I'm here because Keiichi can't seem to handle this problem on his own. This is my duty, and I don't need your help. You can return to the city with your brother, Blaze. I don't like being here either, but thanks to you, this village is on the verge of destruction. Oh, so it's my fault. Guys, we all want the same thing. Can't work together. No. No! They both glare in my direction. Seriously, I guess the idea. I don't understand why they dislike each other so much, despite the fact that they have the same job. Supernatural creatures are beyond reason. Go back to hell. I could do it alone. Clearly can't. Just how many people have lost their lives the past few weeks? At least I was inconspicuous. The villagers will eliminate you if you keep forgetting to erase your tracks. They're suspicious of you even before you revealed yourself. Keiichi nods in my direction, confirming whom he was referring to. Then Blaze pulls the bandages over his right hand, revealing dark and shiny skin underneath. So he gets contort and start and slowly grow into black claws. Keiichi raises his scythe. The metal shines in the moonlight, thirsty for blood. While standing between them, I spread my arms to block their way. Stop it. You can't fight here in school. Don't worry, the damage will be gone in the morning. Though we could avoid this altogether if Blaze retreats. Retreat like hell. Panic races within me as they dash forward. It looks like nothing can stop them. I step back to be less of a target. Something flashes through the hallway. An arm suddenly wraps around my waist, picking me up. I'm carried away as the two otherworldly creatures watch me with confused expressions. It's over for me to realize it is Corrado who picked me up. What? Questions later. When we get a bit of a distance between us and those two, he puts me down. He asks for air, a little out of breath. Before I ask questions again, he explains the situation. How did... Forget that I have skills. I can easily pinpoint the location once I realized you were gone. Please stop scaring me like this. It's not good for my heart. He had already dealt with the target he was following. Apparently it was just a zombie. There was only one, so it's been taken care of. But now I've got a bigger problem. About that, did you know that your classmate Keiichi is a Shinigami? I figured it out when I went after him, but... He takes a deep breath and stares at the ground, clearly uncomfortable. I heard an answer, but he avoids my glance. After a moment, I somehow forced the words out by poking him. Give me the short version. Long story. I really need to focus on getting out of here. Tell me the short version or whatever. Please, just leave it for now. I grab his tie. I yank him down to my eye level and give him a heated glare. He's definitely hiding something. In no way I'm letting him hold out on me. Corrado's expression turns sorrowful. He places his hand on mine and whispers in a low voice. I did something bad. Which is... If we somehow make it out alive, I'll tell you everything. I promise, okay? And maybe this is too sudden, but... Her grip on his tie loosens. My head is filled with confusement and curiosity. I figure it's hard to say Corrado, fuck! This is something, but he keeps his mouth shut. No, never mind, let's go. Dropping the subject, he takes my hand and we both run down the hallway. I squeeze his hand to comfort him. Either Blaze or Keiichi are too slow, or they are not following us. Corrado looks around carefully and confirms that the area is empty before speaking. Look, these guys are creatures of the night. Either we stay here and somehow survive until the morning, or we get home as soon as possible. I'd rather get out of here. I don't think I'd keep running for so long. It is like we're safe outside, but staying here increases the chance of getting cornered. Good, I was thinking the same. Anyway, it's highly likely that they will split up and look for us. If you can, distract whoever you bump into, so I don't have to deal with both of them at once. I think you'll be fine, since they are not after you. They're going to play a big gamble and I really need you. We can sound like we're putting our life on the line. Don't worry, I'm the target here. He puts my shoulders and gives me a confident smile. Uneasiness fills my chest. Why do we be so relaxed at a time like this? I can't be the only one getting nervous. Tell me, will anyone else get hurt or die? If they haven't killed each other already, perhaps. Try to find an exit. I'll do the same in a different direction. Grab to Keiichi or Blaze. If Shane has not left already, stick with him and share this plan. If the situation gets worse, escape. Please be safe. He gives me a tight hug before we part ways. I watch him until he turns the corner. I should move on too. My thoughts play scenarios of who I might bump into. Hope it's Blaze, let it be Keiichi. I prefer Blaze. I mean, Keiichi's cool, but... Blaze. Oh wait, but Keiichi's a Shinigami. The god of the death, so that's really not a good idea, but he's the keeper of Hell's Gate. Blaze. Although Blaze could be slightly prickly, it doesn't seem like a bad guy. I'd rather bump into him instead of Keiichi. More further down the hallways, I carefully listen to my surroundings. Here's what's rising my skin when I suddenly hear footsteps coming in my direction. Very slow, which makes it all more eerie. I stop my tracks waiting for them to show up. It is Blythe! It's so dark that I only recognize him when he's close. I'm lucky I found one of them so quickly. Getting too much into my role, I approach him with a cheerful smile. Hey Blythe, it's so nice to see you. I'm looking for someone. Let me help you. There's something wrong. You're looking at me funny. A moment ago, you ran away from me. Your current act is creepy. Whatever, I'm busy, so don't get in my way. Quickly strides past me. I have to distract him somehow before he catches up to Corrado. Wait, where are you going? None of your business. You're not saving me this time? You're yours to stay here. It's your fault if something happens to you. He was just throwing me like a bucket filled with ice water. Nonetheless, I keep trying to get his attention. If he continues to walk, I go after him. What happened between you and Keiichi? We called a truce. There's something more important going on. Oh, there's something more important than going after that idiot. So you're guarding Hell's Gate. Who would have thought you'd be walking around human school? I can't believe it either. A horrible sound comes from his mouth. As he speeds up his pace, I put in more effort to keep up with him. I could have put him to one spot. Grab a sleeve. Yeah, grab a sleeve. Wait, Blythe. He turns to face me, eyes narrow with irritation at the interruption. I can't keep up. Could you slow down, please? Pulls his arm out of the grip and resumes walking. To my surprise, he does as he asked. Now he's even more annoyed. Why are you following me? I won't help out. You're finding Corrado for me. Why after him? There's something you humans don't understand. Tell me the whole story and make me understand. You wouldn't be defending him if you knew what crimes he committed. Crimes? Poor Blythe can continue to hear a voice calling my name. I see Corrado approaching us. He immediately stands between us, pulling me behind him. What are you telling her? About you? Nothing. Because you should tell her yourself. Tell me what? Everyone has things they don't want others to know, right, Corrado? Like you want to talk. Figuring out your real identity was a piece of cake. You're undercover as students. Couldn't be any more conspicuous. I couldn't have lured you out otherwise. You're here for the same reason as the others, huh? I don't understand what you mean. Blythe pulls the bandages from his other hand, tearing them off. He has 2 black claws, and he narrows his eyes at Corrado. I think he must be very serious because he is using 2 weapons instead of 1. Wait. Stepping forward, I try to say something, but Corrado stretches his arm to block my way. Let's leave this for another time. It's unnecessary to fight before innocent eyes. Corrado's right, violence will solve problems. Blythe sighs, giving a bored look, as if he heard the same line thousands of times. Please, I don't want to dirty my hands any more than I have to. Why this guy is willing to give in without a fight? Corrado, why is he so angry with you anyway? To be honest, nothing personal against this guy. It's actually a long story. The moment he gets distracted, Blaze dashes forward, swinging his arms at it wildly. Those are his claws? Oh, me! Look at that! It's like armor! Does that mean that the rest of his face is armored too? Oh, I want to look. Corrado reacts in time and shows me his side. There's his head to block the attack. The magic circle appears in front of him in a split second before it places a weapon and slams into it. The circle looks like a shield as Blaze cannot pierce through it. Black smoke surrounds Blaze's claws as he charges again and again. We see Corrado trembling as he struggles to keep up the shield. He conjures up smaller circles to blast at Blaze whenever he gets a chance. Most of the time, however, he only manages to dodge. Corrado's in a disadvantage as he can barely keep up the speed of attacks. I didn't know he could use magic circles. He's some kind of wizard or sorcerer. I feel the intensity of their battle raising, the hairs on my skin. I feel like I would be blown away if I were to try to interfere. As seconds pass by, I notice Corrado is getting pushed back. The shield disappears and drops to his knees, panting. Looks like he He looks really tired while Blythe is unfazed. He looks at me for a moment, and I see his lips moving. I can barely make it out, but he's probably saying something like run away. I looked around, I tried to think of something I could do. I went to the nearest classroom and grabbed a chair close to the door. Heading to the hallway, I reached the chair over my head, swinging it at Blaze from behind. I see he secretly turns and strikes, shattering the chair to pieces. They're thinking, oh, are you kidding me? It has metal legs. His eyes widen in surprise. He seems to calm down after a moment, but suddenly heads for me. He reaches out to grab me, but holds it back since his hands are sharp claws. His actions contradict the murders and in his eyes. Corrado, run! I'm lying on the floor, almost knocked out. Looks too exhausted to even react. You don't understand a thing. People like you only dig their own graves. Who are you trying to protect? Someone's been deceiving you all this time. Do you think you'll be a hero by saving someone's life regardless of what they do? I haven't thought for a second about what's going on here. Such a simple-minded person, easily swayed by emotions. You're afraid for telling me anything. A person can only judge from the situation itself. Corrado hasn't been deceiving me. He has never lied. You're the one who doesn't understand him, Blaze. Or Blaze, sorry. Despite my confidence, my body is shaking. Blaze clicked his tongue in annoyance. When he looks back at me, his expression has changed. Fine, I'll tell you. No, I'll show you instead. But I'll also use power of mine. Don't blame me if you can't handle it. What are you gonna do? Take a few steps back out of caution. From the look in Corrado's face, he has no idea either. Blaze raised his hand to unwrap the bandages around his mouth. Let me see! So many bandages. After removing the last strip, he bows down his head, tilts my head cautiously while staring at him. Oh, me? That's not what I thought it would be. But fuck it, I'll take it. And when he lifts his chin, I see his face. Everything looks normal until the moment he opens his mouth. I want to be speechless. My eyes are drawn in and I'm unable to comprehend the situation. I want to see something, but words are stuck in my throat. I never usually indulge humans, but since you're so eager to know, let me take you to the past you want to know so much. Stop staring at me for too long, or to focus on Blaze's appearance that I didn't hear what he said. Metal pieces on the floor started to tremble. Before I knew it, everything goes black. The scene is dark before me. I don't know where I am. I remember something was about to happen, but I forgot what. Mine is such a mess. Someone's past was to play before me, but whose? Suddenly my memories are fading away. The more I think about it, the more I forget. What happened to me? I should have gone home earlier. My shoes are getting soaked. Everything is so boring these days. I keep losing track of time. Being at home does not help, so I often go out. The library is one of my favorite places to visit, because it has more for me to discover. I mean, the limit to what I can do there. This is the beginning of the game. I hope something interesting could happen in the village every once in a while. Anything to kill my boredom. Death End? Achieve is fighting over for some reason. So I can die. Okay. So I don't want to meet up with him. That'd be Keiichi. Distracting Keiichi would probably be easier since I know him better. The basic prediction is that the exit is blocked. I can give it a try and maybe bump into one of the guys. For a short while I almost reached the exit, but no one is there. Just go in a different direction and notice someone waiting. Do I leave as Keiichi? We make eye contact, but he does not try to grab me or run to me. I approach him slowly. Hey Keiichi, would you let me through? He has a simple nod and averts his gaze. That was too easy. Seems like he allows me to leave, but not Corrado. We continue to stand a while, neither of us budging. Is he staying here the whole night? Mission accomplished? No, I have to distract him for Corrado. I need to make sure he stays here. I waited for someone. I'm just admiring the hallway. Sarcasm in his voice is clear. Even though he looks so different, he is still the same Keiichi. I wonder why he's not walking around. I remember Blaze mentioning his poor tracking skills. It makes sense for him to stay in one spot. He sits the wall and crosses his arms, probably bored of waiting. Glancing at me, he speaks in a relaxed tone. Why don't you go home? I'm waiting for someone too. Who might that be? Someone? You know I can read minds. You must be kidding. If I plan to escape with that guy, it's a worthless endeavor. I've locked all the exits. You two won't win this game. Someone's confident. No one escapes death. Everyone has to face it someday. I can't understand why you people look at it as a horrible thing. Death is sort of taboo, you know. It's not something I look forward to. Keiichi closes his eyes and makes no further comments. Since you're after him, what kind of crimes has GamesRHard committed to deserve such a punishment? You don't need to know. Why not? Just stop being so annoying, little girl. I can't simply reveal someone's history. People deserve some privacy, you know. You already know too much. He's my guard. He's hiding something dangerous. Isn't it better that I know about it? Leave me a little when you barely reached up to my shoulder in your tiny form. He twitches his eye and moves closer. Standing so close, I can see how tall he really is. My eyes aren't even up to his chest. When he bows down to speak in a mocking tone, I take a step back. Suddenly not so mighty anymore. His tail sweeps around the ground as he rubs his chin, looking amused. I do not know what he's thinking, but it seems like I've gotten his attention all right. GamesRHard will get here eventually. Since I get to speak with the real Shinigami, I might as well make the most of it. I didn't expect you and Blaze to know each other. Haven't seen him in a while. He said something about people dying because of you. Pfft. You shouldn't take things so literally. It's not like that, okay? And what is it like? One way or another, zombies appeared in this village. They shouldn't belong in this world, so someone had to deal with them. It's part of my job. Then Blaze and his stupid brother show up and start taking out my targets. It'd be a lot less work if you to let him help. It isn't that easy. Any souls collected by that guy go straight to hell, while I send them on to another life. For that reason alone, I dislike him. Keiichi lets out a heavy sigh and rubs his forehead. And be faster about it. People are dying because of those walking corpses. I wish I could, but everyone bitten by a zombie can eventually turn into one. And I can't tell if someone's been bitten but hasn't turned yet. And I can help, we're on the same side here. Besides, I think GamesRHard. Ooh, his eyes change color. GamesRHard. His clouds over after hearing the name. Everything seems fine when they met in his younger form. I'm not certain what their relationship is. Chris told me that GamesRHard and Chain hunt down supernatural creatures. Anyway, Shinigami to the team would be a bad idea. Every time I see him in class, I want to throw my scythe at him. Of course, I can't do anything. Of course, I can't actually do that during the day. He mumbles softly to himself until he sees my confused glance. Combing his hand through his messy hair, he lets out a heavy sigh. It's not related to the job. It's more of a personal thing. Believe it or not, I used to be human. Right up until GamesRHard got me killed. Oh, fuck. I've been looking for a chance at revenge ever since. How is it GamesRHard's fault? I was just passing by when the creature he was fighting with stabbed me, and GamesRHard kept running. He was supposed to be my friend, yet he just left me there to bleed out. Keiichi's voice cracks with emotion as he speaks. It doesn't sound like he meant to hurt you. It doesn't matter what he meant to do. I meant to return books to my friend that day. Because of him, I didn't live long enough to do it. It doesn't sound like there was anything he could do. I doubt he wanted to leave you there. My voice falters at the end of the sentence when I notice he's getting even more moody. Did I go too far? I'm not trying to distract him, but it seems I'm making him agitated instead. To be honest, it's not my place to speak in the first place. At that moment, I hear a familiar voice calling my name. Turning around, I see GamesRHard approaching us. Though I'm not sure whether to be happy about it or not. He has a strange expression. He probably heard our conversation. Why is he making a face like that if Keiichi was telling the truth? You took your time getting here. Keiichi's lips form a devilish smile as he shifts his attention to him. I step aside, a little worried about what's going to happen. Where's Blaze? He's gone for a while. But that's not important right now. I'm more worried about your safety. Maybe you should go. Keiichi is... You're not getting away this time, GamesRHard. Keiichi immediately throws his scythe at him, shocked by his quick movement, but GamesRHard manages to dodge. The scythe unexpectedly swings around like a boomerang. The blade stabs itself in his back. He lets his teeth, trying not to scream. I'm surprised you're not defending yourself. Perhaps you realize you deserve it. Keiichi, stop this. What's the point of fighting over the past? As if I could escape my own memories. Blood on your hands is a beautiful color to remember. Don't tell me you've forgotten all about it. I wish I could forget. I never thought I'd see you again. Tenchi. Keiichi pulls back his weapon. I tipped it as I see it dripping with blood. GamesRHard falls to his knees. I run toward GamesRHard to help him. At that moment, Keiichi grabs my arm and twists it behind my back. GamesRHard becomes frantic the moment Keiichi touches me. Wait, she's done nothing to deserve it. Keiichi leans forward to look at me, and then back to him. So that's how it is. Wait, we aren't... It's way more interesting. Either you accept your punishment, or I'll punish Games instead. Listen to him, GamesRHard. After my shout, Keiichi brushes a few strands of hair away from my neck. His fingers caress my skin as he whispers in my ear. Try not to move too much. I wouldn't want to hurt you by accident. My heart beats rapidly upon hearing those words. It's out of character for him to do this. I'm going to break free from Keiichi's grip, but he holds me even tighter. Let it go. Do whatever you want. Keiichi looks up at GamesRHard. I GamesRHard's words and sparks. Suddenly an invisible force sends GamesRHard flying back, as if he's hit by something. Wildly loudly slams against the wall. As painful as it looks, GamesRHard manages to stand up. I was supposed to pull on the floor below him. No! Not the boy! I worry if the wound in his back has gotten worse. As his head takes a few deep breaths before glancing in our direction. There is a fierce look in his eyes. Nothing. I've barely even begun. He shoves me back, away from the fight. I would accept the beating as my punishment, but... He's right. It's not right to outlet... This isn't the right outlet for your grudge. This is only between us. Leave me, Keiichi. GamesRHard raises a hand and multiple magic circles appear in the air in front of him. Split-second, rapid beams of light burst from circles going straight for Keiichi. It is so bright that it almost blinds me, but Keiichi just looks annoyed. His eyes materialize in his hand and to show that he's prepared to block. He's distracted by the attack. I quickly run to GamesRHard and put an arm around his waist to support him. Keiichi's coughing echoes in the hallway. He steps toward us with a scythe. Starting to cheap tricks now, coward. You can't escape this time. What if I don't finish you off? I'll catch up to you sooner or later. You waste your time on me. There are things you should be more concerned about. The zombies are already taken care of. I have plenty of time to take care of you. Put the scythe in front of him, ready for another attack. I never thought Keiichi hid these feelings within his heart. He looks like a different person now. Games, you should escape while I distract him. No way, we're escaping together. Dragging a wounded person will... Words have been failing me. Dragging a wounded person around will slow you down. He might take you hostage again. Don't be stubborn in a situation like this. Allow me to yell so you can hear me! before he could say anything, I start to run, pulling him with me. Listen, I might have an idea. Do you have anything I can use to ward him off? Yeah, but... Good, give it to me. He looked at me for a moment before pushing a few charms into my hand. I throw them, and they'll put up a temporary barrier. We'll distract him. Be safe. I swim my plan, and we split up at the nearest corner. As one to Keiichi goes up to Corrado. The general shoots through my veins as I run with the hounds. With my head clear, I can navigate the building easily. I look in the corner and see something dark moving in the distance. I got distracted for a second. The place! We're trying to focus on him now. I need to get Corrado quickly. It didn't work for me to find Corrado and Keiichi. I'm not surprised they haven't engaged in combat yet. I lay low and listen to the conversation. Please listen to me. We haven't had time to talk. You shouldn't have a chance because I was... Oh. You shouldn't have a chance because I was dead to you. I think you survived this long. Are you immortal? No. I can't get that sense from you. Something must have taken you through time. You told me that guy made this mistake. In fact, he's here to send me back. But I can't go back now. Not until I made up for my mistakes. I have so many regrets, and you're one of them. I'm not supposed to remember. I don't want to remember the past that haunts me. If only we hadn't met that day, I wouldn't be cursed forever like this. Even now, I don't know what I should have done. I can't apologize enough for involving or leaving a friend like that. Is that all you have to say? I have no idea what I had to endure. You should have ended my life with your own hands. Corrado bows his head in silence, unable to notice that Keiichi dissolved into smoke and reappears in front of him. Keiichi grabs the front of his shirt, and I quickly readied the charms in preparation. Even now, he's still avoiding me. When we met again in the other class, you didn't do anything. Even if I had a different name and face, you'd have recalled something. Did you really forget about me? I knew something about you felt familiar, but I hoped it wasn't you. I simply hoped you'd forget if you were reborn. Corrado looks up at the Shinigami. A focused smile appears on his face and his cheeks are wet from tears. He's holding back for so long that his feelings are spilling out. Even Keiichi is caught off guard and he loosens his grip. He slowly slips back and blinking. You're not the only one haunted by the past, Keiichi. I wish that I wasn't here either. But it's the guilt that keeps me going. I know you can never forgive me. And I'm not asking you to. But please let me finish my duties for the sake of this village. I won't get in your way. And after that you can have your revenge. His voice is trembling, pleading. Listening to him makes me breathless. His last words strike my chest, and I find my vision becoming blurry. Keiichi stays quiet for a while. He covers his face with one hand while his shoulders shake. I cannot see his expression. He slowly reaches for his earring. His chest forms into a scythe after he drops it on the floor. Hey Corrado, what if? What do you do? I move close to right at the time to throw them. Heroes go through the air strike blaze and suddenly come to a halt once they are close to Keiichi. They run together to form something like a barrier around him. He shakes his head and his expression darkens when he meets my gaze. Before we can act, we are disturbed by the sound of a gunshot. I swear when a sharp object flies in the air, piercing straight through Keiichi's chest. His eyes drops from his hand. No! 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 Groaning, his grip on that object. He grabs the object and pulls it out. And then blood or a normal wound, his gaping hole cut clearly through him. Shane steps out of the shadows, with more silver objects in his hand. He promptly throws them at Keiichi. Shinigami dodges some, most land a hit on him, knocking him back onto the floor and pinning him to his knees. Unfazed, Keiichi flings an arm out. Chain raises an arm a split second later, really blocking the scythe that is seemingly moved on its own. A loud clash resounds in the hallway before the scythe falls to the ground again. The next few seconds are silent except for Keiichi's breathing. It's no use. He came at the worst time. Give this to him. I see Chain handing something over to Corrado. It feels like a small wooden box. When it opens, the dark smoke oozes out and flies toward Keiichi, filling the gap in his chest. Keiichi fumbles around his chest in smoke, turns to Chain with wide eyes. Familiar. It's your heart. How? I had to kill someone to obtain this. Chain then approaches him, picking up one of the silver objects he threw earlier. No! Oh fuck, this is bad! Keiichi barely even notices him, still in a daze. Wait, Chain, leave him! With his words, Chain raises the object over his head. Corrado's eyes widen and he dashes forward to grab it. But it's too late. He reaches through Keiichi's chest again, except this time his face contorts in pain. Charms I threw shed into pieces and disappear, releasing Keiichi's body. The man collapsed on the floor beneath, immediately stained red. Chain draws his gun, but Corrado steps in front of him, blocking Keiichi. Spare him. Move. No. You let emotions control you too much. With the two of them occupied, I head over to the wounded man, kneel beside him, and turn him over to face me. I never expected to see Keiichi in such a pitiful state. I'm sorry. Do you think I'd die the same way again? He tries to glut his chest, feeling for his heart. I always forgot what it sounds like. I frantically hold his hand and try to cover his wound. His heartbeats are fast and faint, almost like a child's. It just aches as I watch him slipping away. He covers his face with his other hand, hiding his expression. Even still, I can read the pain that he's going through. He releases his hand and lowers his head. Without looking at me, he speaks in a soft tone. I'm so tired of this. After all this time. What had been a drive to keep moving? Hey, Games. Take care of Corrado for me. I feel speechless as I watch Keiichi take his last breath. He closes his eyes so his lips form the softest smile I've ever seen from him, as if he had finally found peace. His body dissolves into dark smoke, slipping through my fingers. I bite my lip while I clench my fists. I turn to look at Chain. His cold gaze is fixed to the spot where Keiichi was seconds ago. He gives Corrado a glare and stomps off. His satisfied, Corrado drops his knees. He buries his face in his hands, and a heavy sigh leaves his lips. I go over to him worried. Alright, just give me a minute. Slowly stands up with my help, and together we walk toward the exit. There's so many things I want to ask, but I do not know where to start. Well, that was an eventful night. I hope we forget it ever happened. Pfft, you want to escape from this. Didn't you promise back there? Of course, I'm sorry. He looks away with a painful expression. I can't tell if it's from his wounds or something else. His background seems more complicated the more I try to understand it. He seems so guarded about it too. I shouldn't push him. He has to decide on his own whether to tell me or not. I trust him more than anyone, but on the other hand I'm scared. The more I'm attached to something, the more it hurts when I lose it. Why are you having such silly thoughts? It just occurred to me. I don't understand myself either. Honestly, there are so many things I want to forget. But I can't keep running forever. This is not the first time I'm so indecisive. Corrado turns to me. His eyes seem to speak many words. Games, He gets closer to me and proceeds to touch my hand. My hand! Sorry. I feel my heart throbbing in my chest. Never mind. Corrado draws back and chuckles lightly. Something irks inside of me and I clench my fist. I grab Corrado's arm and lean toward him. He flinches from my sudden move and slips back. I continue pushing against him until he gets cornered against the wall. I stand on my toes and lift my chin, drawing closer to his face. Corrado's eyes widen in shock when our lips touch. Eventually I close his eyes and accept my feelings. Once I release him, he still looks flustered. Do you still have doubts? Shakes his head heavily, and avoids my gaze, flustered. My heart is racing, but act calm. I have no words to say as my actions were enough. Corrado rubs the back of his neck. Tries to break the silence by continuing our previous topic. Before I only wanted you to see the good parts of me. I wanted to show you my best. Not that it really worked. I kept my distance because I was afraid of what you'll think of me. It ended up making you more suspicious of me, didn't it? Duh. You weren't explaining a thing when I asked you what you were up to. You were too secretive. What is the worst that could happen if you told me? It feels like you'll abandon me. As if that's possible in your duties to stay beside me. Hehe. You should have so many fears. I'll wait. I promise not to judge you. Corrado stays silent, thinking about it. It starts to rain and roar heading home. Water soaks through my clothes, though I'm not bothered by the cold. Corrado's injuries, they shouldn't get wet, right? Try to speed up the pace to get home faster, but he's walking like it doesn't matter to him. Suddenly he stops and covers his mouth. His body racked with coughs, he looks pained. He sways a bit, and I quickly loop my arm around him to support him. At the same time, I found a handkerchief in my pocket. Hang in there, I'll bring you to a hospital or let me call. Oh, don't, I'm reaching my limit. Don't let anyone find out. What? As Corrado moves, the handkerchief from his mouth is bright-colored. Immediately, I reach for the phone and dial the emergency number. Hello? Please, someone. The beep suddenly stops. I wait for a second, but realize nobody picked up. Check my phone, and my battery is dead. What timing? Pale-faced, Corrado sags against me, like he is about to collapse. The situation suddenly turns more dire. Let me hold you. The hospital isn't far from here. He is unusually silent. Anxiety fills my chest. The longer he doesn't budge. Looking at him makes tears well up in my eyes. I don't want this to get worse. Please, Corrado, don't give up already. In reply, he lifts his head and takes my hand. Let me manage to force a smile on his face. Don't cry anymore. Let me see the cute smile again. I'll heal my wounds. It's not the time for being cheesy. Try to smile when you're hurt like this. Not phase as he gently strokes my head and closes his eyes. He steps out of my arms and collapses to the ground. His body starts to glow and disappears. The little bunny is left in his place. Corrado! I was trying to pick up the small body to check on him. But I heard a relief sigh when I rest a hand on his ribs. I could feel a heartbeat. Oh, thank goodness. But there's no way I could take him to the hospital like this. And a vet probably can't help either. I guess I'll take him home for now. Something warm streams down my cheeks. So difficult for the cold rain. I hold Corrado close to my chest and run toward home. Chapter 4. Leaving. I've been watching over Corrado since he passed out. Is he going to transform back when he wakes up? What if he's stuck like this forever? I get a blanket and make myself comfortable. As I watch my transformed friend, my eyelids feel heavy. He woke up with my body half hanging over a chair. I must have passed out in the guest room. Corrado's still asleep. He gently touches his tiny body. He feels warm. I have class soon. I feel comfortable leaving him alone. His bunny form is small enough to fit in my bag! No! No, 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 no! It would be a problem to take him with me, right? I hope it does transform back in an awkward time. On my way to school, I encounter Ikuya. We greet each other casually. I notice she's in quite a happy mood. Games, I've prepared your dress. By what? The school ball, of course. I've forgotten about it. Oh, right. Why do you look so nervous? You told me you still haven't found a date. No, that's not it. I asked someone. Who is it? Well, you'll see him there. Ooh. Sure, being mysterious about it. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of person they are. I show her an innocent smile, hiding away any form of clue. Here at school, Leoji joins the chat. Hey Leoji, have you found a date for this weekend? Are you seriously still going on about that? Wait, you still don't have one. But I thought you two might be... Uhiya glanced between Ryoji and me, pouting. Two of us give her confused looks. I'm trying to figure out who your date is. I had a gut feeling it was Ryoji. After all, you two have been spending a lot of time together recently. What? No. No. Ryoji and I look away from each other awkwardly. Ikuya's pout turns into a Cheshire grin. Say, Ryoji, you still haven't answered my question. Why are you so flustered? I haven't asked anyone. I haven't accepted any invitations yet either. I knew Mr. Class President was popular. Hey, I've been busy. Not much point in asking someone if I don't get all the preparations done in time. You can't make them wait. Soon all your options will be gone. Ryoji rubs the back of his neck and lets out a deep sigh. Fine, I'll get back to them. That's my boy. As we continue to chat, I feel someone staring at me from behind. Curious, I turn my head and find crimson eyes glaring at me. Why is Chase looking at me like that? His fingers are tapping on the table, impatient. I think he wants to talk to me. I was waiting for the right moment. Let's start over after a few hours. Back in my books, Chase comes over to me. Hey, what's up? What's for a moment, eyes pinned on me. Come with me. Not waiting for my answer, he already starts walking. Corrado stole my bag. You have to be fast. Right there, fellow Jace. Where are we going? Just to a quiet place. Can we just talk here? As we get to another hallway, he turns to me. His behavior is making me flustered. Where's my brother? How are you supposed to know? He disappeared last night. You noticed he's absent today. I don't know where he is. He went up with you last night, didn't he? How do you know? It's suspicious when girls like you hang around school at midnight. You're going to spread it around. If you don't spill the truth, I might. I have no clue how he disappeared. As your brother, he should have left you a message at least. There's something about picking up a person from school. I assume he was referring to you. Because he doesn't know about what happened last night. And he figures that Corrado won't do any good. He'd think of something else. Jay tilts his head, waiting for an answer. You know about the recent murders, right? Yeah. I know about the zombies and the fact that you guys are hunting them down. Maybe you got taken down by them. Are you kidding me? No way he was taken down by zombies. Is there any chance he went after something else? Something else? What do you mean? I'm just thinking maybe there's something else that could have caused the deaths. Do tell. He narrows his eyes, almost as if he thought almost as if he sees through my half-truth. It's like he is pressuring me to confess. Ideas race in my mind, but I'm not sure which is best to use. Aside from having to respond by a voice calling my name, I don't know where the sound is to someone unexpected walking toward us. Corrado. Hey, what are you two talking about? We'll continue this later. Chase glances at me once before leaving. Saved in nick time. As Chase is out of sight, I run up to Corrado and check up on him. Oh, you're right, this injuries from last night. I had a feeling you were in trouble. You owe me one. Corrado shows a faint smile, but it's not long before his composure breaks. He's bringing his hand before his mouth and starts coughing. To support himself, he leans against the wall. I only pat his back and wrap an arm around his shoulder. A moment ago, he put on tough act. Corrado takes a deep breath and gives me a reassuring smile before speaking again. Just suspects you for Blaze's disappearance, right? Yeah. I don't even know what happened. You could have just blamed me for it. You didn't really kill Blaze, did you? No, how do I put this? He's not dead, just gone for a while. I'll give you the details later, but I need... While he's silent, his eyes drop, and suddenly so does his entire body. Before I can do anything, he turns back to a bunny form in a flash of bright light. Wait, keep it together. There's a tiny body, and conclude that he has passed out. Oh my goodness, I'm scared there. The little bunny is stuffed inside my jacket. Yes, what are you doing there, kneeling down? He's up startled. Out of all the possibilities, Mr. Blanchett. I don't dare to face him. Pets prohibited at school, and if he finds out, there's no telling what he would do. I lost my hairpin. Wait, no, he'll help me search. But I found it. I see. Be careful next time, and don't go wandering by yourself. Hearing so many things going around in the news, I worry about you guys. I'm doing well, but thank you, Mr. Blanchett. I have some important things to do. Please excuse me. Propping Kuro against my chest. I put the lining of my jacket close to cover the bump as I quickly dashed past him. I returned to the classroom and grabbed my bag before going home. Occasionally, I pull my jacket open to check on Corrado. He seems to be in a peaceful sleep. Silly bunny, who was worrying about me. Don't think you're getting off easy just because you're asleep. You still have a lot to explain. I looked down the street and noticed a familiar person walking my direction. It's Shane. I heard him casually, while holding my bag to cover up Corrado. He looks at me suspiciously, and I can't help but recoil. Rick walked past me and calls out to me. Games. I'm looking for Corrado. I went to your place earlier, but it wasn't there. You look like a stalker. So, do you need for something? Yes. I could deliver a message if you like. No, otherwise I would have done so. Crossed his arms and staring at me. Wary of his attention. I feel miffed that he still thinks I'm untrustworthy. Suddenly I feel something tickling against my chest, crawling up. The Corrado stopped moving. Shane's gaze moves down to my chest. His brows raised in surprise. What are you looking at? Anyway, I haven't seen Corrado. I don't know where he is. Have a good day. I try to get my composure as I walk away. My arms embrace the bulge tightly, afraid to drop the little creature. As I reach home, I take Corrado out of my jacket. He quickly jumps out of my arms, and I give him a annoyed look. Can you not move so much? What would you do if you figured out? Shane might kill you once he discovers. When he averts his eyes and rubs his face. I'm talking to you. He's ignoring me and hops away to the living room. Knowing deeply, I go after him. What's that all about? There are parts of him I'll never understand. Corrado, now sitting on the couch, already turned back to his normal self. When our eyes meet, he buries his face into his palms. You have no idea how I felt. When I was that close, I could feel your... I tackle him to the ground. What the fuck? Ow. I'm not gonna say anything weird. He gazes up at me while a blush crosses his face. I look down with narrowed eyes. Forget what happened. Sure. What about this? He becomes self-conscious as he grins at me. I have been sitting on top of him for a while now. Quickly I crawl off and fix my skirt. As he chuckles, I chuckle there. I saw nothing. He sat on the couch across my arms. Anyway, thanks for taking care of me last night. I feel a lot better now. I know what you're about to ask. Story time, right? Yep, you promised last night. He took a deep breath as if to seal himself before turning to me. As you already know, that bunny form of mine is a curse. Because I'm losing control of it, there's a chance that I might stay like that permanently. I could guess that part. It's not really my style. Let me start with how I ended up in this village. He studies frequently in the beginning, clearly not used to sharing his background. Despite that, I listen quietly, as he reveals more of himself. Bits and pieces finally come together. And I'm going to end this episode here right before story time. We get the full story next time. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you later.